Hello friends and welcome back to Kev's Hobby Showcase. I'm of course Kevin. You may have seen me on Tabletop Jones Productions where John and I are the two idiots playing board games. And well, today from my painting video I have more minis from the game Federation Commander. This is pretty much a race that never really never seen in the shows, never dealt with before in any of the lore. It's called the Seletorians. And so what I have here is, let's see if I could. I'm taking a stab at some of these identifications here because they don't really get, come clear. And for some reason, for these ships, I don't have any data sheets. I thought I had gotten all the expansions, but I guess I have to look back and find and find the ones for these. So here we have heavy cruiser. I believe this is the new heavy cruiser. Sorry, I did it again. New heavy cruiser and Dreadnought. I keep holding it so far off. I'm so sorry. All right. So, as you can see, they're already primed. I actually primed them before I did this, and I was like, oh shoot, I was supposed to wait. Oh well. Well, anyway, the primer is still a little bit wet, so just give me a few minutes, and I'll be able to start. So I got a base coat of green, and then there's a whole bunch of little details that have to be done. So, so I'm going to take a break. So I'm going to take a few minutes, going to let the rest of that primer dry, and when I come back, I'm going to do the base coat of green. All right, so stay tuned, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. The primer is fully dry now, and I'm going to start on the base coat. So let's get to it. All right. So, sorry about that. Oh, I almost forgot to do something very important there. Okay. So, yeah. So anyway, like I said, I was looking at the data sheets that I have. Like those, like I've said for this game, they're all laminated. That's how they came. So this way you can use like a dry or wet erase marker, and you can mark up all the damage, and you could just be able to reuse those data sheets over and over and over again, which I think is a great idea, to be honest. When I gotta start going from here. When I was very much into the game Starfleet Battles, which is a more complex version of this game. Everything was just paper, and I was kind of wishing they did the whole, laminated thing back then too. Yeah, and eventually, like I said, I will. We will have this game on Tabletop Jones Productions. Or maybe even as exclusive content on Patreon, depending on who I'm playing against. Yeah, I was looking through my stuff. There's actually a bunch of the different races that I don't seem to have the sheets for. So I've got to have, when I start doing the game, I'm going to have to look into that. I mean, I do have it for, like the main ones. I guess I should have trimmed some of the metal on this one. Yeah, I have tons and tons for like the Federation, Klingons, Romulans. Then there's some of the other, empires that are not widely used in the shows, like the Gorn, Tholians. Then there's the one that I think is just used in the game. I think they said that they were basically used in the animated show called the Kazinti or Kazinti. It starts with a K, so that's why I always say Kazinti. Do I have this thing on? Light must be fading. I have to charge this up. Yeah, so anyway. Yeah, I'm going to have to look into what I have and see what I need to get. Even have a whole mess of those sheets for the Orion Pirates. Oops. Okay, this one's starting to fill in nicely. I had to be very careful with the gluing these to the base, because they made the hole in the bottom of the Mini not big enough for the stand. I had to use the pinning method. Okay. And then this one, well, these kind of prepared in a little bit of haste because I didn't do. I just did these like maybe an hour before recording. I glued them onto the base. Okay. Alright, I hope this is showing up as I'm on camera as I'm doing this. Alright. So, I hope everybody's doing well out there. I know I don't usually say things like that, but I should more often, to be honest. And I'll mention, I'll mention this at the end of the video, but I'll mention it also now. So for those of you who would like to talk hobbies or show off your stuff, I do have a Discord, which I will be sharing the link in the description of the videos. I'll be doing that pretty much for every video now. I'm going to be doing that. I think the only time I'm going to have a different Discord is when I do the comic book videos. I have a separate one set up for that. Okay. Whoops. I always do that. That looks like that's all for the base coat. All right. Okay, so we're going to let that base coat dry, and when we come back, I'm going to get started on all the little details. I'm not sure how quick I'm going to be able to get those, done, but we'll see. I'll do my best. All right, so stay tuned. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and that green paint is now dry, and I'm going to get started on some of these details. All right, maybe all of them. All right, so if you see me looking off to the side, it's because that's where I have my computer out with the painting guide, and that's where I got it. But mostly the camera is going to be down here. Okay, so let's see, what have we got? All right, so we're going to get out the red first. And all right, got they call particle cannons at the end of here. Got the tip of the nacelle. It's going to be, oh, I'm putting red down now, but it's also going to be a mixture of that and orange, so hopefully I'll get it before it dries. Okay. Alright. Alright, it's the engine exhaust, and I got the deck house up here. That's what they're calling it, at least. Okay. So let's get the rest of them. All right. Oops. Okay. Okay. So, get all this here done. And we move on to the next color. Actually, I think they'll do the next color orange, being that it's supposed to be like a kind of a mixture of the orange and the red on the front of the nacelles. All right. All right, so that's it for the red. So let's do the orange. Do it lightly. And it is kind of mixing in with the red, a little bit. Oh, excuse me. All right. Okay. And that's the only thing that had orange. I don't know if it mixed very well, but I'm not gonna go too nuts with it. All right. So let's take out the yellow. It'll be good for the use for the bridge. All right. All right. Now it says to use it also for ID bars, but I'm not going to be doing that because or maybe I should. All right. Okay. All right. It's got these little tiny indents. And if I had a smaller brush, I'd be using that instead. I'm not entirely certain how those identification bars are supposed to go. Oh, some of it is also supposed to be in red. Whoops-a-doodle. Alright, let me get the red back out, and I'll do that. Because then after this, there's really just two more colors, which is blue and black. Okay, trying to make it as good as I can, because these areas are very, very tiny. Is like trying to in between the yellow marks I made to make little red marks. So I don't know how well it's going to show up. But they're there. Alright. And I don't know if you hear it. There's people outside chopping away. There's like so much snow and ice still around. Alright, so we're gonna get the blue. I just put my finger right where I did it. Here, right where I had some paint. Alright. Go around the bridge. Around there, what they call the deck house. You know what, I think I need to shake this up a bit more. I seem to go on very watery. Alright, much better. Alright. Okay. Actually, just about done with these details. Okay. Alright, so Alright. Not entirely certain where this is supposed to be. I mean, it kind of shows it where I just put the blue paint, so I'm gonna do a little bit there. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do it right there. It's gonna show up better anyway. Excuse me, anyway. Alright. And that's pretty much it as far as, yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, let me, okay. Alright. This went pretty quickly with the details. So there you go. A Seletorian heavy cruiser, new heavy cruiser, and Dreadnought. Ready to deploy. Not too bad looking, right? Okay, so that's all I got for yeah. That's all I got for today. Please like, subscribe, and share this video as much as possible. It really does help the channel. And you know, please go to Tabletop Jones Productions and do the same. So basically, like I said, I mean, this game will hopefully eventually appear on Tabletop Jones Productions, or it might actually be used on Patreon for exclusive content, depending on, well, it depends on who I'm playing. I mean, well, we're gonna, probably I might do some simple games on Tabletop Jones Productions, but we'll do the more elaborate campaigns on Kev's Hobby Show on the Patreon Kev's Hobby Showcase as exclusive content, or if John and I are inclined, we might actually be putting it up. We might actually make up our own Patreon for this channel. For that channel, I mean. So anyway, and also for those of you who would like to show off your own minis and just talk about hobbies, I'll leave the link for the Discord that I have, in the description of this video. I'll try to check on it as much as I can. Just whenever you're able to, just sign in. Just start chatting. But just so keep everything within the realms of good taste. I don't want to have to start disciplining people. No. All right. So anyway, again, thanks for watching. I'm sorry, I keep stumbling on my words. Yeah, thank you again for watching. Please, like I said, like, subscribe, and share. It does help the channel. Just this basically is the best way to support me, to support the channel. And again, I've said it before, I'll say it again, YouTube subscription costs $0. For those of you who are watching on Patreon, please consider signing on as a member to view my exclusive content. The games that I've been playing are the exclusive content. Everything else is that you see here, will be appearing also on Patreon as free content. So it's you're not you can go there and watch these same videos. You don't have to, if you don't want to pay for the extra one, you don't have to. But I do hope you do. All right. So anyway, again, thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you again.